disaster opportunists, which is exactly right. Disaster tourists.
There are government employees that are still waiting for paychecks, back paychecks months ago.
Yeah.
You know, what are the odds that they're going to get paid quickly for this Harry and Meghan visit?
Right, talking about people who are always on their game, especially when it comes to trying to drum up support and get content for their next Netflix project. The Duke and Duchess of Montecito, Harry and Meghan, have gone on a, well, let's say a quasi-royal tour of Nigeria. They certainly haven't been meeting President
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry may no longer be working royals, but their recent trip to Nigeria looked very much like a royal tour of their own.
Meghan really is a great tool for representing a modern royal family, but not long after that tour did Meghan sort of do her doe-eyed crying to the camera and say nobody knows how hard it is, and then off they went to Canada, then America, and have decided really that they miss it and clearly want to continue doing it, so have flown off.
You're in America now, and we don't give a shit about you. You're not our fucking prince. You'll never be king. We hate your wife. Stay at home in your $29 million mansion, all right? This is a pattern for her. It's not about charity. It's about her image.
You've had the Duke and Duchess of Montecito running around like a rival royal family, trashing their family, trashing the monarchy.
What happens when a power couple's global charm runs out of steam? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just found out the hard way. Their dream of a triumphant return to Nigeria crashed and burned, with the country slamming the door in their faces. This wasn't just a polite no, it was a loud public rejection that's sending shockwaves from Africa to Hollywood. So, what went wrong? Let's dive into the drama that's unraveling their carefully crafted image. Back in May 2024, Harry and Meghan jetted into Nigeria, invited by the government for what looked like a royal tour minus the crowns. They hit the ground running, school visits, cultural dances, and Meghan dropping a bombshell. A DNA test showed she's 43% Nigerian. The couple posed with tribal elders, waved to cheering crowds, and soaked up the spotlight, all while Netflix. Cameras rolled for what they hoped would be their next big hit. It felt like a victory lap, a chance to rebrand as global humanitarians with a touch of royal flair. But beneath the smiles, cracks were already forming. Fast forward to 2025, and Nigeria delivered a stinging rebuke. The Sussexes pitched a second visit, calling their first trip transformative and promising more feel-good moments. But Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs didn't just say no, they issued a flat-out rejection, stating there was zero national interest in another unofficial tour. This wasn't a scheduling hiccup, it was a calculated move. Insiders revealed officials suspected a hidden agenda, not charity, but a grab for influence and content. Nigeria, a powerhouse in Africa, wasn't about to be a backdrop for someone else's PR campaign. But why the sudden cold shoulder? The answer lies in what went down during that first visit. The backlash started with Meghan's 43% Nigerian claim. She announced it to a cheering crowd, framing it as a deeply personal connection to her second home. But to many Nigerians, it landed like a cheap stunt. Cultural leaders and historians tore into her, with one Lagos-based scholar calling it ancestral cosplay. They argued Meghan reduced Nigeria's rich heritage to a percentage on a mail-order DNA test, a move that felt more performative than heartfelt. Even Thomas Markle, Meghan's estranged father, chimed in, saying he always thought she was 100% Californian. The applause she got wasn't universal. Social media lit up with memes and side-eyes, and academics from Abuja to Lagos called her out for trivializing their identity. But that wasn't the only misstep. Behind the scenes, the Sussexes' 2024 visit was a logistical disaster. Despite being private citizens, they reportedly demanded royal treatment, motorcades, luxury suites, and full media crews trailing their every move. Nigerian security services were stretched thin, with one senior intelligence officer telling the nation Nigeria they wanted head of state honors without the credentials. Locals felt snubbed too. While Harry and Meghan posed with handpicked, tribal elders, many of Nigeria's actual royal families were left out. No invites, no meetings, just silence. A Yoruba royal aide called it cherry-picking for safe photo ops. A accusing the couple of mocking true diplomacy. The vibe? A celebrity tour dressed up as cultural exchange, heavy on cameras but light on substance. And Nigeria wasn't having it. The fallout didn't stop at Africa's borders. Back in Hollywood, the Sussexes brand took a bigger hit. Netflix, once their biggest ally, pulled the plug on a planned documentary about the Nigeria trip. Why? Sources inside the streaming giant cited legal red flags, concerns over diplomatic misrepresentation, and lack of consent from Nigerian authorities. One insider told Deadline, the backlash was too big to ignore, it wasn't worth the risk. Even a pitch for a Diaspora Dreams special centered on Meghan's heritage got scrapped. This wasn't just a project failing. It was Netflix signaling they're done with the Sussexes drama. And they're not alone. Even A-listers are stepping back. Meghan and Harry were all smiles at Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter tour in Los Angeles. In May 2025, with Meghan posting cozy selfies and gushing about the amazing night. But whispers from Beyoncé's camp tell a different story. Sources say her team has gone silent on future collaborations, wary of tying their brand to the Sussexes' growing controversies. It's a pattern now. Hollywood's elite are keeping their distance. A prominent LA publicist who once championed the couple has quietly shifted focus to less volatile clients. The message is clear. The Sussexes bring heat, but it's toxic heat. And the industry's starting to notice. The final blow? Brand executives in Beverly Hills now call Harry and Meghan uninsurable. That's industry speak for too risky to touch. Once seen as a power couple with endless potential, they're now a gamble no one wants to take. A talent agent put it bluntly. People are tired of the drama. They need to build something, not just break things. The Nigeria rejection exposed a deeper truth, their quest for a soft throne, where they play royalty without the responsibility, is falling apart. From Buckingham Palace to Hollywood to Nigeria, doors are closing fast. So, where does this leave Harry and Meghan? Their global influence is unraveling, caught between accusations of opportunism and a world growing skeptical of their motives. Nigeria's rejection wasn't just a headline, it was a wake-up call. Cultural identity isn't a prop, and nations like Nigeria won't be stages for their next act. As the backlash ripples, from African royals to Hollywood boardrooms, one question lingers. Can the Sussexes rebuild their brand, or is this the beginning of the end for their global ambitions?